Gonna turn it into a real sled.
Yeah, we should be pulling kind of away from it anyway, so.
If you want to, you can stay under it a little bit, Jake. That'll keep our tether out behind Atalanta and Herc, and I won't have to come so low. But it'll give you less in the bank. But I'm looking almost straight down now.
Yeah.
Here, I'll look straight down.
Oh.
That's your, stop moving. That's your current box.
But if we turn off Atalanta light, would that clear some of that fog out?
Some are already off. That's all of them off.
Is that a coral?
Yeah.
There's
Take
a
a picture.
coral.
Have a look.
Maybe?
Have a look.
Have a look.
Have a look.
I'm already underneath Atalanta.
Oh yeah, you got at least 5 seconds.
try to work the
you can
focus.
pirouette it around it on the way. Never stop, just pirouette.
So yeah, we're getting shallower.
Cool.
And hopefully that's a sniff.
Do a half pirouette
A
and
good
turn
sniff.
Is that a Chrysogorgia?
Yeah.
Nice.
Sorry, Chrysopatius, not Chrysogorgia.
Nice one.
Chrysopathes, interesting.
A mini pirouette. Now you really got to light the afterburners.
It's a black coral. Even though it's white, it's
Oh,
black coral.
So really dense branching, it had me fooled as a Chrysogorgia.
Oh, plow. Good catch, AJ.
Another scientific discovery for nature. Going for the record.
I think we made it clear that the first one was not a scientific discovery, so let's not get ahead of ourselves.
All right, fine, so 1.
Fly, Jake, fly. Gotta catch up.
That's what we want. Ideally,
This bus doesn't go any
So,
faster.
sorry, that's
that's the upper slope though, but
so you want the camera 15 meters?
no, ideally we want 10, but it looks like we're limited, right? For carrying, lifting capacity.
We might be able to move the sonar. It doesn't look like it's too heavy. I don't know for certain, but from digging up the video of it, it looks like it was moved once by Hercules in the past.
I would prefer 10 meters, but
So at the center here is the sonar,
yeah,
and the camera is
we want
currently 15, and you want it at 10.
the sonar is on the IP, right? Or
No.
no, we
No, it's not
yeah,
at
this-
southwest
yeah,
of
this-
the IP.
Okay, so this is a different setup. Okay,
Because Martin just said that he wants it within 20, which it is.
it is within 20.
Yeah, it's 15. It's right here, isn't that?
This is upper slope.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's upper slope.
Yeah,
I see what you're saying now.
yeah, in general.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if my calculations were right based on the site layout diagrams, it's 15 at axis as well.
Yeah.
But you want it 10.
Yeah, that's the.
Okay. But we can only move the sonar. We can't move the camera.
yeah.
So we'll move the sonar closer to the IP, or further north, I should say.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what that is. Is that that's a rock?
I should actually annotate some of that.
Fish.
So what time did we start the transit, Rennie?
The transit, we started around when I did this end survey, which was at 15:28 UTC.
Thank you. I neglected to log it. .7.
Yeah, we are now at 0.7.
gonna come up a bit. You're well ahead now.
Roger.
At least we got teens under the
There's another rock.
Rock
rock.
with a rockfish.
It's a drop stone.
A drop stone? What does that mean?
Yeah.
Well, where do you think this rock came from?
Oh, you
If it's in the sea of mud.
It came from, what do you, like a boat?
Let me guess, somebody dropped it?
Yeah. A glacier dropped it.
A glacier.
Yeah. When it was receding.
It's a glacial erratic?
Well, I think the technical term is a drop stone.
Oh.
It dropped from from the bottom of a glacier after it's scraped.
Is that kind of like when I'm making snowballs in the driveway and snowball picks up a bunch of rocks and then the snowman melts and there's a pile of rocks?
Yeah. That's a parallel there.
Glacial erratics, also known as drop stones. Oh.
You're correct. Glacier erratics.
Yeah.
I haven't heard
You're
that
on a
term.
roll today, AJ?
You pretend to pull out a Wikipedia page.
A glacial erratic is a glacially deposited rock different from the type of rock native to the area to which it rests.
Glacier erratic. Yeah.
They can be transported by glaciers and are therefore one in the series of indicators which mark the path of prehistoric glacier movement. Sometimes, I know like in Nova Scotia, you'll see big rocks that just look like they don't belong. And that's what they're called, glacial erratics.
Learned a term today.
Yeah, and you're the guy who should know those things.
Yeah. I mean, you're throwing a lot of shade to everybody this morning, but yeah, I agree. I had heard drop stone, but not glacial erratic.
Oh.
I was
Maybe it's
familiar
just
with
the way-
glacial erratic, but not drop stone.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
It's an East Coast thing maybe, right, Randy?
Must be, yeah.
Maybe you discovered it. Maybe it's the first time it's ever been seen.
Coming up.
Coming up.
Up 5.
Is there a reason we were so like surrounded by the fish earlier and no longer? Was it just because we were moving slowly and they were accumulated, or was it actually like a dense area?
Well, we're kind of moving away from the axis of the canyon, like we're moving farther, shallower. So one theory could be the canyon accumulates organic matter, and there's way more food, and so it's not fish populations and invertebrates. They kind of are more abundant towards the center of the flow. And so that could be, but that could be
Up
also
5.
a depth, more like, I don't know. Yeah, I would say it's more like food supply, because this fish, they occur actually very at the Barclay node site, which is 640 meters. They're really abundant there. Also, they are what time of the day we are, or they're known to kind of migrate up to the water column on a kind of a daily cycle. I wonder, yeah. That was an interesting, different fish. Oh. So we reached the theoretical end of that first survey.
Yeah, and we came down that ridge a bit, but doesn't seem to be a lot indicative that there would be a harder, steeper substrate.
Yeah.
Up above.
No, the depth even on this course bathymetry map seems to be correct. Like now we're moving back onto the slope.
How do you do the side tone on the headsets again? Three. Ah, thank you. Test, test. Ah, that's better. Sounded like I was talking into a...
Well, at least we're getting a really long,
Dan, you're going to have to come up.
fast transect. Like, that's a good result here. It gives us more information about the terrain that we don't have on this side of the canyon. And we are closing on the optimal coral habitat. That's how habitat modeling works. You have to survey areas without target to infer why those species do not occur on that site, on that type of terrain or aspect.
The ship slowing down, is it?
Still all 0.7.
Still blasting. So we're going to blast right by this start point?
Yes, that was the end of our original survey, and then we're going to go to the start of the next one, which is still about 45 minutes away.
I don't know what's so confusing about it, Dan, that the start is the end and the end is the start. It's really not that difficult.
No, it's not. Let's get with the program here.
Crab.
I'll wait to come up till you do your on-the-fly pirouette, 0.7 knot pirouette.
We're pretty desperate if we're stopping for crabs.
Totally. Jake's is practicing his high-speed pirouettes.
A little bit more rubble in here.
Coming up.
Coming up.
Looks like it's flattened out.
Yeah.
So maybe the bathymetry map in HiPAC is a little shifted if we've come up over the slope.
It's hard to say because of the shading. That's why I just wanted to get the higher res and actually add contours. So if I had the higher res, I could put contours and we could follow those, because sometimes the shading can be
Shadow?
That came a little too much.
Well,
there.
yeah, it can be deceiving because it can make you think something's steeper than it is. For when we're driving around at this scale, like, you know, ROV scale.
Hey Jade, so do you know the plan we're gonna skid back or underwater?
Yeah.
Or-
Yeah, we'll have to motor back. We're not going to recover. Like, since we sort of cut that survey short and we have to make our way back anyways, like, you might be able to convince Megan to go check out the south survey line.
I'll go through that area, go back through that area.
Yeah, maybe.
Do this. That's I don't know. It's probably another hour. Well, we saved some, right?
Yeah, it is pretty far out of the way. Tough to say.
Just gonna quickly strafe the gauges here. Good, good, good.
Yep.
Good, good, good. Looks like you're going downhill now.
Yep.
Ooh, there's a pirouette. It's gonna get steep. I'll come down silly low again. There's 13-meter altitude. Is that a halibut, the one in the back?
Is that a salp? What is that?
Could be.
Yeah.
The one behind you, I think.
Or let's see. So
What
There's
is
one.
this?
Is this a salp or a line?
Well, I hope it's a salp.
I think it's
yeah,
Yeah,
Big
salp.
salp.
It just had me going for a second. It was
giving you
like
nightmares.
suddenly looking not salp-like for a second.
One of the most frightening creatures out there for ROV pilots.
Yeah.
They do that, what do you call it in the movies, the jump scare?
Yeah.
We've been like tracking the strike of the slope. Is there a reason this depth, right? Not moving up or down slope is interesting.
well, we're looking for corals in particular. So
At
they
700
tend to.
meters is the spot.
We tend to see them at steeper when we have some sort of wall exposed. We didn't successfully found those steeper terrains, but they still can, you know, there's, but here we are also looking at the shallower, the observatory is like on the other side of the canyon. We found lots.
But it feels like we're following this slope at the same depth instead of moving up or down.
Well, we're moving shallower for sure. It's just that we are not following the contour line, and so we are seeing the ROV is not following. It's looking. That's why it feels like we're going deeper, but we are actually going shallower.
Okay.
A slope within a slope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true exploration there, Rennie.
Yeah.
So we explore. Okay, maybe
Get
this
ready to
is
fly off
makes
the
it
edge of the
easier.
world.
Yeah. Definitely can do it.
It's the
that another
observatory
rock?
on sites,
Optimize.
and we found lots of corals here,
That's a rock.
but not. We survey all this area, the steepest walls,
You totally got time
North
for a pirouette. Here,
and
I'll come
south
down a
of,
little.
and we found lots of corals when the wall is north-south
Is that a
direction.
coral next to the rock? On the other side of it?
Yeah, it looks like a
Yeah.
Bathypathy is back there.
Where?
It'll
On
come
the
around.
app
It's
side.
there in that picture,
Yeah.
but it's
Looks like it.
obscured in that picture.
On the Herc cam?
Crab
Wow,
City,
AJ,
Utah.
2 for 2.
Somebody's got to be watching.
And you didn't take high school biology.
Wow.
Oh, is this a coral too?
No, that's a sponge.
Oh, it's
This?
a sponge. This.
No corals.
Check that coral to the right.
Sponges
No,
and
that's a
anemones.
sponge.
Yeah, while we have the bank.
Okay.
See, we might
There
be.
it
That's a
is.
coral.
There we go. It's a black coral of some kind. I don't know if it's a Bathypathies or
Could
not.
be.
That looks like Bathypathies.
Yeah.
I didn't know they were this shallow.
Sponge. Rock. So when the wall is north-south, we didn't find a lot of corals. So the theory is that, well, first, and this is deeper, right? We never explored depths shallower than 800.
Sponge.
So we wanna, we're looking at this other side you don't see in the map, just to see if the corals are there. And that's why we're looking at south-north walls.
Yeah.
Just looking at the kind of the geomorph of it from the image you have here, it kind of looks like, because it's not part of the main canyon, I wonder if it's kind of like a mudslide slope failure, just the way that it's shaped, kind of just fell into the canyon at some
Yeah,
point.
that's definitely a slope failure
Yeah.
feature here. So there are internal waves breaking into the canyon, and that's the major direction from our instruments at the observatory. We also had autonomous instruments at the, we call it coral cliffs here. The waves are breaking in this direction, and then they bring nutrients. So
Sure.
that's the theory, is the corals are occurring at east-west.
Got it.
That's
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
aspect.
You all right, Jake? You need a break?
But yeah, as a bonus, we want to see if they're also shallower.
Yeah.
That's why hence coming in this areas here.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
What's that? I can. Yeah, we can rotate. How long you been in there doing this? It's a bit tedious on the. I'll jump in there. Danny's up here, so he can jump in for me if you want.
The layback never really got more than a ship's length, so we've kind of been stuck at a ship length back.
I'm gonna turn on your fan just a little bit.
This one here?
Yeah. It's getting just a bit warm in here. All right, I can crank it up to a quarter or so.
Yeah, it's right about a quarter.
Yeah. I put a fan in the back now, so the vans are, one fan amazingly is kind of moving the air around in here a bit. Come down a bit while we're doing it. We're running a little bit lower delta there.
Gotcha.
You're directly below Atalanta.
Yeah.
What's the
I'm
average
plowing.
delta you want?
I'm plowing, that's what's happening. Watch your altitude more than your delta.
Okay.
As long as they're in the teens, so if it gets below 13, you let me know.
So you can see this map and also the sonar, we've got kind of a gentle slope coming up.
Yeah.
We'll be heading up for a bit and then probably have to drop back down to get to the other target.
Ruh-roh. He's got a sea bias. Let's sea bias. Like crashing into the bottom.
Is that a treasure chest?
Could be gold in that there rock.
Starting to get behind there.
Yeah.
That's just a bad Atalanta ping. You're kind of still below.
Yep. Look straight down, Denny. So you're going to have to work a little harder to keep me in. You'll have to come up too, mate.
Yep. Coming up.
Easy, nice and easy. You don't pull me too hard.
Nope, I'm just barely moving up.
Yeah. Hey, you're going to have to come up a bit more. I'm going to come to the north.
Okay.
It's pretty close there to the slope on your left.
I got 15 meters underneath me.
Yeah, you got about 10 next to you. Just went over a little hill there. Try and keep Herc out here in front a little bit. So maybe on the north side of you, on the uphill side.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, if you want, you can turn your head a little to the north.
You have all the lights off because it's so low.
What's that?
All the lights on Atalanta are off because...
There's just one light on Atalanta.
Yeah.
Just an aft light and which is some down lights. 0 Z bias. Not.
We gotta come up on delta there.
Yep, Atlanta's coming right up on top of you.
Yeah, I'm coming up under you, actually. You're all right.
Oh, you
Yes.
got really close. I could read the writing on the top of the sonodyne.
That was never closer than 10 meters. But we do want to keep the tilt up a bit. It just looks close because when we get the big heaves, Atlanta nosedives,
Yeah.
she porpoises, and then it looks like you're...
A lot
It
of
would-
glacial erratics here.
It would freak Ren out every time that would happen. His hand would go down here like this. I'd like start slapping him. We are going uphill though.
Yep.
So in this case, you gotta, it's your altitude you're watching there. So
Yep, I'm watching the altitude.
yeah, keep it in the teens. Low teens is good. For the moment, subject to change. The next hill. Plowing again.
Looks like the terrain ahead of us will be a bit steeper coming up than it has been, so we'll just be prepared for that.
Roger. We'll stretch it out a bit, Danny. You can look up just a bit for me. And keep coming up, mate.
Do we have oxygen readings from the ROV?
We do. I'll put it on that page for you.
That's micromolar? Or
I've heard that word before, yeah.
okay.
I couldn't say for sure, Fabio.
I think I can check on Grafana.
Is there a level you're looking for?
Well, our sensors are all in milliliters per liter. I can do a quick conversion depending on a saturation. So we are in an oxygen minimum zone
Come up,
here.
Danny. Come up. Get
Yes,
down
it's
to
micromoles
single
per liter.
digits there.
Yeah. So that's the reading is 9.3, right?
I'll double check on Grafana.
Yeah, 9.3,
Yep.
9.0.
Yep.
So right at those steps, our sensors are here. Hydrates and
8 meters now, mate.
You're coming a bit south
Mead
there,
Canyon,
Dan.
for
I'm coming
example.
up.
Hydrates. We're talking about
Thanks,
value
Ernie.
0.3 milliliters
Watching
per
my
liter.
Atlanta
That's
altitude.
pretty low.
Right.
So the corals are withstanding this very low oxygen
Definitely got to keep it in double
layer
digits.
of water.
Yeah,
So as we move upper, so as we go to
Roger's good enough,
the
mate.
slope, which is about 400 meters, this value is about 0.7. So it starts to picking up.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm assuming here this will equate to 0.4, 0.5 milliliters per liter at this step.
Still going upslope, but it looks like that was the steeper bit that we just passed.
Yeah.
see here.
The new winch on Ropo says auto delta.
Nice.
And it's quite nice. Especially for coming up and down through the water column. I don't know if they trust it yet in this. In this kind of terrain, but
Yeah. Is that an old trawl scar?
hard to say. It's going to be significant downhill here, Danny, so I'm going to try and stay under Atalanta a little bit more.
Could be.
Otherwise, you'll be dragging your tail. That fish has sat next to that rock his whole life. So sad. Just a little depression here. It looks like we'll go back up again in a minute.
Yeah.
Plowing on the side hill.
So this is an equivalent, pretty much the same depth that we are now. But here, this side, oh sorry, here, right at the node, 640 meters. The oxygen is around, yeah, 0.47 or something. This is still very low, but not at the lowest. We are sitting at the lowest level of oxygen at the Barkley axis.
Yeah.
At the canyon.
But the other coral that you guys have surveyed sits at the same oxygen level, or?
Well, it sits at that very low,
Yeah,
at that very low, at the 0.2, 0.3. And we are, kind of
I'm dragging the
hypothesizing too
DVL,
that
so
they're
it's
kind of really adapted to those
probably
lower
light years
conditions.
off.
So they're occupying this very narrow depth band between 800 and 900 meters.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ken. Just heard you. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm
There you
dragging
go.
it. I'm
All
dragging
good.
it as we come down the hill, so it's the
Yeah.
beams are dropping in and out.
I'll keep an eye on that. It's just odd because the ship goal has been 97, but it's been tracking at like 95. I don't know why.
Tilt up a bit, Danny. I'll try and get out ahead of you now that we're on the flat.
Sea Star. I couldn't tell what that was from the perspective for a second.
Me either.
That's what we're expecting to see. Like,
Oh, really?
yeah,
It was really dense.
yeah.
Might be a rock up ahead, up the hill up there. Got a little red return on that.
Yeah, let's see if it comes back. Hard to say. Might have been a fish.
Man, that could have been a fish. Maybe it was a whale.
Yeah.
Doesn't look very promising going up, hey?
No, when we hit that steep bit back there, when we were kind of shuffling the ROVs and stressing about them about 5 minutes ago, that was kind of similar slope than that I think you'll see up here, but it was just the aspect was, it was
A bit more.
like a west-facing slope, and
Oh,
because we're going east. And then I don't think we'll see much steeper than that, but we'll see. It's hard to tell. I don't have the precise stuff.
Going back down now for a while.
Yeah.
Maybe.
What was that?
Yeah, what is that guy?
wow,
Never
that's a
seen
cool
one that color. What is that?
I don't know.
That's some sort of Eel. I don't know.
Wow.
That's
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
let me see here.
Okay, looks like there'll be a hill coming up for Atalanta.
Roger.
Could be a snailfish.
Look like a snailfish.
Yeah, just
Have
had
no
like
idea what a.
those whatever those things were under its chin,
I just passed a hagfish.
really prominent.
Boosh. Well, you know what I need to do? I know what I need to do. I need to stop doing that. I'm going to turn this up. Let's see. Yeah, that's why. How about... We got it all softened up for Norbit action. So the auto altitude won't hold.
Okay, I'm gonna talk to Megan. I think we will aim to get to this next point, and then we might, I don't know, might end up surveys here because yeah, it doesn't look very promising. And we came up to about 600. We probably come to around 600 meters.
Yeah, and then I see you have those two south on the south facing.
Yeah.
Or north facing, whichever you want to go.
But again, I'm not super, those are based only on slope and not the precise depth contours there.
Seeing kind of muddiness, huh?
Yeah. And that would be far to scoot down there. So
come down for a minute, Danny. Come down, come down. Crap.
You're a bit behind there, yeah. Let me know if you want me to pause the ship.
No, I think we're good.
12 meters above bottom.
Yeah, roger.
I'll be back.
Come
Okay,
down.
roger, Fabio.
I'm good. I had stick lock on. I'm like, what? I thought I was getting drugged, but
You're about to be.
that's why I had to come down to ludicrous depth or ludicrous altitude.
There we go. You're making up speed now.
Yeah, I'm gonna come up here at a safe altitude per minute and pin it. This is what I need, full beans. Remember this game. Get rid of the embarrassing pile of mud on the porch.
Just clear it off by 12.
We'll clear it up before the next survey, where we have to actually do some work.
All right, Herc's coming out of there, Atalanta now. And then there's a bit of terrain coming up.
Come back in just a little bit, or come back up just a little bit, Danny.
Coming up.
Our regular 15. Yeah, we had the auto altitude Z velocity all softened up for an orbit surveys. Like, why does it keep driving me in the mud? I should know that, because Robert always softens it up to get the nice
Oh,
low
yeah.
video. Then I sit down and hot dog it right into the mud.
Yeah, it should be like a maybe post pre-norbit and post-norbit adjustments, you know, so
Well,
they don't get stuck there.
Pre-norbit adjustments for sure. Post-norbit is that would be a futile effort.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's,
because people like different stuff.
yeah. Depends on what you're doing, whether you're doing video or doing high speed.
Yeah. All right, you're out a bit ahead. We could tilt up if you want with the camera.
Commanding this camera is a lot like driving out of Atlanta. She does what she wants.
Yeah, you got to keep smashing the button.
There we go. Back in the box.
Back in the box. I'll try and stay here for a while. It's at least for another 40 meters till it starts coming up again.
Yeah, I'll be holding soon, and then because we'll be close to the start of that survey, and we'll wait on Fabio's word. He was saying that he might not want to do it based on what we're seeing, because we'll be going even further east away from the site.
Roger. We're going to find some really cool stuff here in 40 meters.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen. They'll be totally sidetracked. See if she'll hold her altitude now. I'll fly around like a crazy person though. I forgot where it tilted way up. That would help.
Oh, yeah.
Tilt down just a little. Yeah, we had it all set for the first survey and never
Right, where we're
changed
facing it a bit, yeah.
it. Yeah. 2 meters, I can come down a little bit. What's this set at? Goal, 1.21, it'll never hold. It might hold that because we're going downhill. We'll see. Could be plow action any minute.
Tether out, tether out.
Sorry, I'll slow down. Ooh, is it a walk? Micro rock.
Looks like that white puff on the left is a sessile sea cucumber, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the rock or out in the
On
mud?
the rock, yeah. All of those actually. They kind of look like corals till you get up close, and then but I could be wrong. It could actually be a coral, but I think it's a sessile sea cucumber.
Is there an octopus in there?
Oh yeah,
Ooh,
good.
yeah.
Octopus
Yeah,
tucked
you
in
can
there.
see
Want
one.
to push in there, Amber? See if we can see the octopus.
Nice, Amber.
Yeah, we got plenty of leash. Yeah, I think that's a sessile sea cucumber on the left. Yeah, I'm less confident now.
Fabio stepped away, so.
Looks like an octopus hiding underneath a rock.
Yeah, just taking a little nap.
Ooh, that's hot now. Sorry.
Oh,
Okay. Well,
now
in
it's
the
shot.
neighborhood.
Yeah, there's an octopus in there. Some brachiopods there.
Zoom out just a
Going
bit
away.
for me. I'll see if I can come around
Fine
here.
real estate.
Yeah.
All right, hot off the press, we're abandoning the survey and heading to Axis.
Okay, Roger.
Oh.
Let me just hold up and we'll get situated. Bridge nav. Hold position here.
We
Thank you.
may do a survey at a different location after we do all the Axis work.
Okay. So you'll still get swung east there,
Roger.
and let me get sorted with heading back. Is there kind of a, do you want to do an offset path back row just so we cover some new ground getting back to access?
Yeah,
or
if
do you just
it's
want to
not, I mean, if
Let
it's
me
not on the
see what-
slope, I don't think there's much to see. I think we just rather get there as fast as
Pushing a
possible.
little bit there.
Okay, roger
Sure.
that.
Oh, that's good, thanks.
Access, do you have a target at access you want to go to?
The IP. Because we'll survey for tool basket drop location near the IP.
Canyon access IP, here we go.
I gotta go.
Yeah, Atalanta's got to come up too because we're going up slope still.
Thanks, Amber.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, yeah. We can definitely find a way to be productive.
Okay, let's see what that direction is then. We'll get back to axis is like kind of straight the way we came, so
Really?
I'll just go a little bit offset.
Roger. We gotta do all that in reverse.
Yeah, I'll just go
Kill me
a
now.
little different. 278.
Maybe up the hill a little more.
Yeah, that's what I'll aim for.
Ooh, there's my lost treasure chest.
Oh yeah,
I was wondering where I left that.
what is that?
Looks like an Alvin, right?
I doubt if you find an Alvin weight out here, but you never know.
Could be a suitcase.
Okay, we'll go slightly offset. I'm
it's a-
going to go 278.
Roger. That's a patch test waiting to happen.
I'll start at point
Hey, Steph,
3 again, and
Did
we'll
you
speed up
log
as
the
we
end
go.
of the transect?
You want to make
No.
a note in the log, Danny? End transit. Deja vu. Do it again.
It's a nice photo.
Well, I guess
Bridge nav.
we're not. Well, yeah. I mean, we were using
Can
it as
we
a survey,
track a
but that's
line
okay.
bearing 278?
I'll know about that, but it would be nice to
and
get
speed
this
0.3.
target here,
Yeah, I can get that position.
because in a way or another, we did a survey. It was a bit faster, but
Thank you.
we know how the seafloor looks like all the way from the start.
Well, we could come up and do a 1 knot tow if you really wanted to get there faster. I don't know how much faster you get. 0.3 versus a knot.
Yeah, we were going. I think we could go back to 0.7 as soon as we. I just wanted to start up,
Roger.
ramp up the speed so we get. So Fabio, I've got. You can see the path we. If you're looking at HIPAC survey, you can see that path we went.
Yeah.
So I'm going back 278, so slightly off, just to cover a different path than we just came.
Sounds good.
And then once we're at the end of that kind of terrain, we'll just go straight shot to axis, which will be west.
Sounds good.
Rennie,
Yes.
can I get the position for the,
Sure.
like where we just ended here?
Yep.
We'll fill in the gaps, Fabio. Sorry about that.
So we could potentially log this as a survey.
Okay.
Call it sloppy survey.
Yeah.
Kind of survey you didn't know you were doing until the end. Okay, Danny, when you're ready, we can head out around to 278.
I got that position. Thanks, Rennie.
Sure.
You can spin either way, counterclockwise if you want.
Flavio's probably like, what are you guys doing? Just went all the way over here.
We're exploring.
I sometimes think about it from the bridge perspective because
Yeah.
we'll all just be super stressed out in here and like avoiding cliffs. And then if you go up to the bridge, it's just just normal flat sea. And it's just like, oh, you want me to go over there kind of? Like there's not really any context to what.
No, they're watching the
Yeah,
video.
yeah, they are watching. But it's just kind of funny when you step outside and breathe fresh air for a second and you're out of the, with all the computers in front of you. It's like, oh, we're just on the ocean bobbing around.
Do they have the cameras up there too, or are they just watching sonar?
Yeah, they have the cameras, so they've got the HIPAC screen, and then they can toggle between any of the other nav stuff we have. But they usually have Herc Zeus up, but they can put on Atalanta Zeus or whatever. They have the full video, but I think they kind of keep it pretty simple and just kind of watch Herc TV.
What's going on there? Why won't it work?
Hey, Rennie,
Yes.
Your
Is it-
button's not pushed.
possible to get
Thank you.
like a location for where this
Ping
one started?
button.
For the next target,
No, for where this like second survey started, like approximately. Like
I would
close to
say
where
it
the end.
started at the end of the
Okay.
last one. We
Yeah.
kind of kept it the same transect, so I'll pull that
Okay.
one up again if you want.
Sure. Thanks.
I could, or I could just drop a target right next to it and call it start transect, if that helps.
That's okay. I can
Okay.
just log this.
Sure. It was all one big survey.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Sure. Okay, so that's 0.3. I can speed it up to 0.5 if you're happy. And
Yeah, I'm at 0.5.
okay. Bridge now. Increase speed to 0.5. Thank you. And then we'll see if we can go back to 7 as soon as ramp up.
I'm gonna have to slow down. Maybe I'll just wait. Wouldn't it be cool if you could map your pan and tilt to your, or your tilt to your keyboard?
Yeah.
Even cooler if you could map it to a Stream Deck. Cut the cord for the mouse.
But just give me a small joystick.
I could print one out. You could like pretend that it actually did something. I have a fidget joystick I was looking at the other day.
Nice.
It's coming, Danny, it's coming. One way or the other. Bonnie K2 and oh, where'd all this dust come from? Looks like some ROV flew through here at crazy speed.
Or it could just be the fact that the fish are going crazy.
Nah, it's a dust storm catching up to us.
Yeah, that's what happens when you go back the way you came. think I figured out the trick to this thing. You only click it twice.
You can actually,
You click it once, and then you click it again, and it will go. But if you click it a bunch of times, it like gets the message.
yeah, it stacks up the commands.
That's what it is. It doesn't like multiple commands.
It does not.
Good with 0.7?
Sure, give it.
Bridge nav. Increase speed to 0.7. Thank you.
See if Herc will crab in auto XY. See how much it can crab in auto XY. Do I hear 30 degrees? Can it do 30? No way can it do 30 at 0.7. It's doing it.
Yeah.
Like an airplane coming in for a landing in a crosswind. Now what happens if I crank up the velocity? Take that, computer. Who to thunk it?
Tugging out of Atlanta a little bit.
Yeah. Better slow down. So the DVL XY velocity it's independent of the heading of the vehicle. Or as you can see there, so our fell off there when I slowed down. That's funny. Is that a target or is that Herc coming up?
I don't know. I have been seeing Herc pop up in Atalanta's view, but I don't know if that was it. It looked kind of big.
It's got to be a Herc, otherwise it would. We'd see that in
Oh
our
yeah, you're right.
Sea King. I would sink.
I would hope. Or at least in mezzo or something.
Hey, it was a crab. Hermit crab.
If you toggle out of auto XY for a second, I can.
What's that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well.
Okay. Good.
Why is that in 10? You'd say 278, right?
278, yep. Let's see what.
Oh, he's doing 276. Same as Herc setting. Oh, too low. Try that. It's almost impossible to adjust your auto depth and
Huh?
where's Herc, Danny? Where's Herc? I can't see it.
Out front.
Where's Herc? I'll try and keep it in the box, maybe no more crazy hot dogging. Was not working anyways.
So is the hope now to check out another one of the slopes to?
No, we're now just heading back to our Barclay axis location. But we are taking another slightly different route, so this is adding more information about at least absence of corals, so we can for sure know that there are no corals in this area. So yeah, still useful information.
Right, right.
Dan, what's your current speed now?
No idea what my speed is, but
No?
the vessel speed is currently 0.8 knots.
0.8 knots, okay.
I have, I'll let the computer drive it on the way back, so it should be actually, if you're, I didn't realize you were trying to do a survey there on the other one, but if you're trying to survey, you'll get a constant speed and altitude of, my goal altitude is set at 1.8 meters, which is kind of our optimal setting for the DVL as we go up and downhill to actually maintain DVL. 1.6, 1.8, somewhere in there is kind of as low as we can go and set the autos. It can go a little lower, but then it drops out all the time.
So we could put that in there, Steph, on the information for the transect.
Sorry, so what was
1.8 meter altitude.
1.8 meter altitude. And what was the speed? You said the ship speed?
The ship speed Rennie's requested is 0.7 knots.
Okay.
And Herc is obviously matching Atlanta's speed. Yeah, and again, that's 1.8 meters that we have asked the DVL to maintain altitude at.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
The picture will change as
with
we
the finger
go up.
first.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And
those are sea cucumbers.
Thanks, Dan.
If you want, we can maybe up to 30 degrees change Herc's heading while maintaining this bearing to look up the hill a little, but right now we're basically looking the way the bathymetry is. So, I mean, it's not significantly steeper to the, maybe a little to the right.
Yeah.
If you're all right with that, so we'll make, at the moment, we'll change.
It's a little bit better picture, yeah.
Try and change Herc's heading to 0.3 or 300, and we'll see if it can maintain the bearing of 278. Oops, that was not the button I wanted. What am I doing? Yeah, that's the button I want. Why are you doing that? Changing 5 degrees. Oh. What did I do here? Changed the wrong number. That's better. Seems like Herc followed the heading change that time.
Yeah, it's almost like if you do the heading change, then press the step forward. But if you do this step forward and then do the heading change, it'll crab.
Huh.
I don't know. That's probably a desired behavior.
Ah, so when you hit the step, it takes the new heading.
Yeah, I think so. Doesn't seem to remember the old one.
Yeah.
I can do a reset too,
that
because you're
makes
kind of up
sense.
here. If you want me to.
Sure, I'll come out of.
Okay. Good.
I'll come west for a while. That's actually is a cool fish. If I change my heading now and don't do a step forward, it keeps on that. But if I step, it tracks the new
Yeah, I think so. Like the forward is just whatever heading you have in
at the moment.
at the moment, yeah.
Interesting. So you can change your heading in Auto XY, you just gotta fudge it a bit.
Bridge nav. Just continue on this track. Thank you.
Yeah, he came all stopped, didn't he?
It slowed. Yeah, now it stopped. Okay, I'll come back up. So I'm a little confused why sometimes we see like bang on no DVL drift, and then other times I'm having to. It's getting quite offset, and I don't know if it's a combination of drift and the mounting. But we did kind of look. We did a test of the degrees off, and it was like not significant, if anything. Nothing we could suss out during shakedown, so I'm kind of leaning towards it's not the actual
Physical mounting.
physical mounting, I think, but I don't really know why. I mean, we could have they're supposed to be set so the DVL and the USBL are like referenced to an origin, so when you change heading and stuff, it shouldn't like have them separate, you know. but maybe that's incorrectly.
I think it's also possible that where the DVL is mounted on the vehicle, since such a crazy offset.
Could be that, and just the drift sometimes in different slope, but I don't see us dropping a lot of, it's not from beam dropping, it's just from like general drift, maybe in like this kind of sediment, I don't know.
For a,
it's hard to say.
the mounting of it is not that, like, it's probably within a degree, but it's not, certainly not within fractions of a degree.
Yeah, yeah, and just our quick test on it said it might be slight, like just well under a degree, but we couldn't really suss it out, and I don't know, like I said, sometimes I see it and sometimes I don't, so I'm not really sure. Seems to be doing all right now, you know. Might also be, I mean, I'm doing these resets on the fly, so I could just get a stray USBL ping and that kind of messes things up. I think that's also a likely factor. Really should just move to a combined solution, probably, now that we have a really good USBL, and it's kind of worth it, whereas we didn't.
It always seems to drift off to the left too, doesn't it? Or is that just lately?
It's hard to say. I'd have to note it.
The other day we were headed west and it was drifting to the, DVL was drifting to the south.
I mean, I can do it on the fly in here. I don't have to do anything hard-coded, so I can change this by...
oh, you can put in offset.
Yeah. And I just have to remember if it adds... so right now it's set to 45 in the hard code, and I think I just want to do like one... If I did 1 degree, it would offset it. You know what I mean? Not, I don't have to put 46 in. I think it just adds to the... but we can find out real quick if that's true.
Yeah, I could try it.
All right, I'll do 1 degree to +1. Let's see what happens. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Not that.
Where are you going, Herc?
Wait, yeah, what is Herc
Took
doing?
a left turn there.
That's weird. It's coming back.
Now it's headed off. Oh, it's definitely headed, seems to be headed at 45 there.
It's difficult. What is it doing? It's like, it's oscillating back and forth. I might have to just let me see. I might just have to restart this because now I'm not sure about what to put in here. I can't like clear it.
Now it's going 45.
Yeah, okay, you're gonna have to come out of AutoXY. I'm just gonna restart this real quick and we'll get back into the, it's a good experiment. Okay.
Just reboot it and it goes back to wherever it was.
Yeah, I just have to do like resets to everything. Okay. Should be kind of back in the box a little bit.
I'm going to slide to the south a little bit here.
Okay. Just going to get another reset in.
If I can get in front of Atalanta a little bit.
That's like way off now. What's it doing?
out. Yep, that's where we are. Yeah.
We'll see. Why is it doing that?
Yeah, I can get on. I was on 270 there. I'll come to
Yeah, but you see how
278.
it's really tracking, like your USVL is going straight, but you're...
Looks like it's going 45 the other way now.
All right, what I'll do is I'm gonna restart navest. So you're out of autos.
Yeah.
I'll just do a quick. It might need to do that, and then it should reset.
So I guess you tried one. I guess it is 46 plus or minus whatever.
It's only one way to. That was a pretty funny little excursion there. Zoom, super zoom. Okay, should be back into it.
Roger.
Okay, whenever you want to try that again, just the auto XY, we'll see, make sure we're back in as
Roger.
expected.
They think they're hiding from each other.
They really found the spot.
Hide and go seek.
Hide and seek, yeah.
I keep, I think I gotta change my head though to like more
It is funny how
westerly.
they all
So
find
I
the
think the
rocks, though.
current's changed around now. It's going to the like.
It's probably working well until we came
wrong
and shined the
button.
lights on it.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, I came off it there and trying to get my 1.8 back here. Okay, ready?
What is it?
Yeah. Oh wait, now I gotta auto center, get back. There we go. Yep, should be all good.
Okay, auto XY, step forward. That page is wonky.
Yeah, I don't know why it's been doing this.
Is the dive log the same way?
Yeah.
Might have to close the page or refresh the page. You try that?
I tried refreshing it, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it's all good. So it somehow even though you close nav G, it keeps that within navest whatever you set, which I guess is fine. It's what you would want. And yeah, I do have to hit 46, not 1. I knew it was one or the other. I was like 50-50.
Well, yeah. Plus 46 or minus 46?
Yeah, that's another question. It's a question for another day. If I not had enough messing around with that.
I'm going to change my head to the north a little bit here. We learned a new trick, Jake.
Yeah?
If you want to change your heading in auto XY, you can change your heading here, and then once you hit step again, it grabs a new heading. So like if I wanted to adjust, oops. If I wanted had to adjust my heading a couple degrees starboard, use it with this crab. But if you tap a step again, it grabs the new heading.
I wonder why.
It's a fleecher. It's like, it's just that simple of a program. That's fine. Now that I know that. Totally adjust my walk all around in auto XY.
Yeah, you don't even have to drive anymore.
No. All I need now is voice command to Home Assistant. We have to change it from the AI, as we call it at home, and we don't want to wake up Alexa. I have her trained, though, to only recognize my voice. Yeah, so see if that's legit. So I change my head to 280 and give her a click.
Fix it. Don't know how.
Your delta's getting high for being
Coming
able
down.
to. Yeah, I'm noticing a weird lag where I'm pinging every second, but it'll just all of a sudden a bunch of USBL pings will show up. So it's not getting in here in real time. So that's probably also.
I think just it's just the display. If you looked at the Sonodyne PC, it would definitely be.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. But why is it doing that? I don't know. Let me see. Just confirming that with Sonodyne. Yeah, Sonodyne's always bang on. Bink, bink. Oh, it's kind of weird. It's missing a few. What's going on, Sonodyne? What are we set to here? 1 second. And we are only at 750 meters. Should be fine. Responder mode.
It's so beautiful out.
Yeah.
Yeah, the sun is shining.
It's going to be about 2 or so hours to the IP.
Roger.
I was seeing some of the videos of the whales from this morning too. I missed them.
Rennie, my obligatory question.
From 2 mornings ago,
Is it possible to go faster?
right?
Was it
Yeah.
this morning?
Yeah.
No, we
would.
on a
Lose bottom?
storm,
Well, we could try to track for a while.
right? You're losing
Go
track
a
of time.
knot if you want.
We could
This
try it.
morning we were
If we lose bottom, then we gotta
shaking.
go to tow mode or something.
But the ones that,
Yeah.
the videos that,
I think it's a priority
Oh.
to save
The
time
whales.
oh, you mean,
Okay.
yeah.
if we
yeah.
can.
Yeah,
Not a
Bridge
dead
snap.
whale.
not the whale fall, yeah.
So
does that mean we're
Actual
gonna end the
whales on
survey?
ship, Yeah.
We'll try and hold the survey for you. We'll see what
Can
we
we
can do
increase
here.
speed to 1 knot? Thank you.
It's pretty benign,
Huh? Yeah.
so it's not a lot of giant rocks or structures or big uphills or downhills. So
So you just increase your auto speed, right?
Yep. 0.5 in theory.
Yeah, if it's.
Yeah.
So is that meters per second?
It's
That's the running theory?
the old theory, but yeah, I've been at 0.4 the whole time.
Okay, yeah, so that tracks.
Today, it's in meters per second. Tomorrow, I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
It also is a joy gain thing.
Yeah, it is.
also,
It's related.
Oh, is it? Okay.
That's what, like I could have probably stayed at 0.4 and cranked the joy gain up.
Yeah.
Hey, question for the
But
front.
yeah, so I'm out running, so
Yep, go ahead, Brandon.
easier to just to do that to slow down. You see the thrusters like.
Reaction to like.
I'm not hearing you.
Wait, are you on
SPL?
SPL?
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys can't hear me?
Yeah, I got you now. Yeah. Can you say again?
Yeah. There was a question about whether or not you guys can. Have you guys ever seen reaction just to the lasers? Right. Are you able to tell, like, do the fish react to that or just to Herc?
I've only seen squid react to the laser. The fish, all the other animals ignore it. The squid are the only ones, maybe an octopus. But I've seen the squid actually come in like a cat playing with a laser toy. They'll come in and they'll kind of follow the lasers across the seabed, and then when it shines on a rock or something and reflects, they'll come in and grab it, pick it up, and actually throw the rock. I think they're mad because they think it's something to eat, and it's not, is what we thought at the time. But then in that case, it was the Humboldt squid here in Pacific Northwest. Very aggressive.
I imagine with like some of the fish, it's hard to differentiate. Are they just moving away because there's a giant robot coming towards them versus the lasers, right?
Yeah, the fish the ones that do tend to react, I think they can kind of feel the water displacement of Herc more so than the sound or the noise. Definitely when we touch the seabed, you'll see the fish scatter, in particular the flatfish, like you're trying to sneak up on them. They'll lay there but if you touch the seabed with the vehicle, they take off.
You see how much variation there is at the speed with the ship?
Yeah.
Like these longer moves. When there's a longer move in, it kind of is like, oh, I'll eventually correct it. But it doesn't, like the waves are a lot bigger than
It's a red book.
a short move. It tries to keep it within a tighter.
Interesting. Definitely an oscillation there in there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like their window is set to be bigger of how long they can take to correct.
Definitely drifting to the north there. I've corrected.
Yeah. Okay. You can toggle. If you toggle off, I can get that.
That's all right. It's
Okay.
well, unless you want to, but
Well, that's probably fine.
it's the vehicle physically drifting to the north.
Mm.
So it did that before, and I changed my head to just south of west, and still see if it comes back or not. You can see it walking off in the. I need to slow down a bit. Maybe that's effect of joy gain too. I should have joy gain 100% and the velocity turned down, because then that affects the other functions. Probably what I should do. In theory, that will hold the altitude better. Herc's also doing a sinusoidal, but I have that max Z cranked up.
I think the ship is only making about 0.85. It's not going to make a knot. Maybe 0.9, but doesn't seem to be getting up to a knot.
No.
Oh, there it is. It's going. It's just kind of coming on and off. Oh, I think it was because that move was ending. So it starts to slow down to end the move, not abruptly.
I don't know.
Yeah, we're up to a knot now.
It's like no wind, but we still got a significant swell.
Yeah.
Or not insignificant.
Yeah.
I think the Ross tilt stuff is depth related.
Is what?
The Ross tilt stuff is depth related. Like, you know how it's unresponsive, the tilt?
Yeah, it is.
It works fine right now. It works fine on deck.
It's definitely depth related. We proved that. Oh, we did some stuff to alleviate that. We unconstrained it. It was over-constrained, remember? Or I don't know if you were involved in that.
I don't think so.
Where are we at? Good, good, good. It's the last one we had for res. And good, good, good. Yeah, so that thing has a hefty bearing inside there, right? And an O-ring for a shaft seal, which is totally lame on a rotary device. And then it had, so that's in the Ross actuator. Then it came out and it had two bearings on each side of the tilt. And basically it was over constrained, so any offset in the alignment of all that put a side load on the shaft of the actuator itself. And we finally proved that, and it was right around 70 meters.
Really?
Yeah, it was just like you didn't have to dive very far, and it would, or no, maybe it was, I have to look back at the notes. No, maybe it was 700-ish.
Well, maybe you said you did something to try and alleviate it. So
yes.
Maybe it was 70 meters. And then
Oh, we took the bearing out of the inboard side. So now the side of the bracket that holds the camera, there's no bearing. It's relying on the bearing in the actuator. And then there's a bearing on the complete other side, which it totally doesn't need. That camera could be on its own bracket, completely free of, like look at all the ONC's big, heavy cameras on those things, right?
yeah.
But John is a conservative engineer, so we started with one side, but we probably could
I wonder if it would
make a totally
fix
new
it.
bracket. Yeah.
'Cause it works fine. It works fine right now.
Yeah. The other thing, Danny thought he figured out if he double tapped that button, it worked better, but I don't know.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, maybe, no?
It does, if it's unresponsive, then yeah, it works. If you just like, you can just spam it and it'll work
Really?
better. Yeah, hit it as many times as you want.
Huh.
All it does is send the position command again and a stop command.
Hurt, get back in your box.
Steps look good.
Let me know next time you're going to add in steps. Maybe we could just do a quick out of auto XY and then reset it to the DVL and then hit them.
You
Just
want me
because.
to, or?
Yeah, that'd be good if you just do real quick.
Okay, 1,
Yep.
2.
Okay, you can go back in and then hit some steps. And then you might be able to. No, we're going at speed, but I think you're slightly losing ground, but we'll watch that over time. As long as you don't get under Atalanta, we'll be all
I
right.
can speed up the velocity.
Yeah.
What, 6.5?
See how fast this thing can go.
6.5.
Oh, I mean 0.65.
I was like,
Maybe
we can
what,
try.
12 knots?
Oh, God.
Well, it's maxed out.
6.65. Yeah. It's also good. Splitting hairs there between 6.5 and 6.65.
Are you sure you're all right?
Yeah. There we go. All right, it's got a little crab motion going. I don't know if you see that.
Yeah, so he said to change the heading to do that?
Well, it's crabbing right now, so you should be able to stop and then go whatever heading. Yeah. And then it should keep the heading you just had right then.
Oh, you can change your, yeah.
There's some terrain coming up. Atalanta up, Atalanta up,
Oh, Atalanta up.
Atalanta
Yeah.
up.
Oh, God. Got pretty low.
Terrain, terrain.
Turn, pull up, pull up.
Yeah. Take a little sample there with the sled.
I just wanted to see if I could see bottom.
Yeah, you have to. Every once in a while, you got to tempt fate. It's the risk of going a knot and keeping view of the seafloor.
That looks pretty good.
Yeah. It might be a little fast.
I slow back down.
Yeah, because it looks like you're gonna tug.
So basically let Atalanta catch up and speed up.
Yeah,
Let it wait for him to catch up. Slow down. Speed
Yeah.
up. Slow down.
And
Speed
you'll dial it.
6.65.
Bridge
speed.
nav. Just continue that move. Thank you. 1 knot. Thanks. It's probably fine. The ship slowed a bit just because it was reaching the end of the move, but that's probably good for us because then we can settle in. But keep that in mind with our speed.
Just put some thrusters on the back of Atalanta.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw you guys were doing the lateral sway away earlier in the cruise. That seems, there's a lot of, you can really get a lot with that.
You can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a black coral.
With Lukai we do that sometimes. We go into the dock and then we full thrust with Lukai to drive the
Oh, nice.
drive the TMS.
Yeah, you go into the, that's funny. Yeah, we just have to have Hercules go bumper bar and push Atalanta far away. That's one way of doing it. I think you're tugging again.
keeps running away, don't I?
I think it was part of that slowdown. And now we're back up, getting back up to speed. Might have a bit of a
I can
slow.
give it some.
Yeah, I think you'll just have to reduce the
What's
speed.
Atalanta doing?
It's
You're
it's
bowling
been
around.
yeah, you're going
You
too
know,
fast because
go
we
like
did the ship
point-
slowed down.
0.3 or something.
You can also just like toggle and hold position and then wait for us to catch up if you want. While you're doing that, actually, if you want to step to port a bit and line up a bit better, that'll
Yeah, we could do a couple steps to port.
that'll help out for our staying in the box purposes.
If I do a step forward and a step to port, does that give me a crab claw?
It should. I've heard rumors of that.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect 45. Or, you know, reciprocal.
Yeah.
You know what I meant.
Well, probably more like a 30-degree crab claw.
Yeah. Roger that. All right, the ship's getting back up to speed.
Get back into the box.
Yeah. There you go.
This is like the perfect 1980s video game. It's
I
like
know, yeah. You should have seen us when we were setting up the new software. We were like, it was just like scene from Space Odyssey 2001. Just like, we were just like really happy when we finally got like the simplest shape up on the screen. We're like, yes, we've done it. And it's just like 1980s graphics. Playing Pong on the screen. You're like, we've done it.
That's kind of what this feels like a
Yeah.
little bit.